Hello everyone, many of you might have been waiting for the second part of episode 70 lately, and we all know that Dafuk is grinding on the second part of it. He's dropping frames on his shop, which are completely connected to the next part, and there are also some announcements that Dafuk has made. And we also have an interesting animation, because it shows us the possible plot of episode 70 part 2, though it's been almost 6 days ever since the first part was released, and everyone is desperately waiting for the episode, and I'll tell you exactly when'll the episode come out and what'll happen in it. First off, many fake leaked frames have appeared on the internet for the second part of episode 70, and most of them are very believable, but let's get to everything that we have till now. For episode 70, first off, there's a crazy message that has been shared by Dafuk, and it looks like something big is coming, but you know, when the message is from Dafuk, it's crazy because of how it was labeled and what was written in the message. The message was crazy, and it told a lot about the episode itself. But before we get into the message that he has shared with us, let's get to the crazy fan animation that has been released, because it starts and we see G-Man with 2 toilets around, and one toilet comes from behind and whispers something in his ears, just as the Astro toilet did in episode 60. Now we see something crazy after this, because the Astro toilet that we saw in the first part of episode 70 arrives, and everyone knows that. What's gonna happen? Because this is the most interesting scene that I've seen in my entire life, and all of you now might be curious about what's gonna happen next. So let's get to it. The animation is getting crazy here, but it's still not as crazy as the messages that he gave out to us and the release date of the episode. But we'll get every single thing in order. So both the Astros arrive, and we all know that we're about to witness a fierce battle here, and G-Man commands both the toilets that are with him to attack, but they turn their back on him and join the Astros. And I kinda feel bad for Jimmy at this point, but the rest of the animation is really crazy, but we'll keep up with it. After we cover up the messages that he gave out to us, so many people have been sharing this announcement lately on Discord, which is sent by Dafuk, and it says something is about to be revealed soon. First off, even if it's from the real Dafuk, what does it actually mean? First, we got a huge reveal in episode 70 part 1, and we all know that Dafuk was previously talking about big reveals in the previous posts. He did, so this thing gives this message a bit of a support from the back. But he also wrote soon, and this could also mean that the next reveal is in the second part. But it looks like that. The message is not from Dafuk himself, because if he has to make an announcement, he does that in the Skibidi Spoilers channel in his Discord. And also, whenever he has shared messages in general chat, they usually are normal chat messages. But this one is different because it clearly says something is about to be revealed very soon. Now, there are a couple more messages, but I got the most interesting one yet for you guys, and this message is the most real one so far, and it looks like that. Dafuk really did share it, but if you want to know everything about it, watch this video to the very end, or you'll miss the every single bit of information about episode 70 that we have, though we'll look into the second message. After we look at the fan animation a bit more, I don't really have any words for what happens after the toilets turn their back on G-Man, because not caring at all, G-Man firstly destroys the traitors, and it clearly shows us that how much he hates traitors, though he also tries to kill the Big Daddy Astro. But we all have seen a glimpse of his abilities and have kinda of an idea of what he can do, so clearly obliterates. The attacks done by G-Man and the UFO toilet just shoot some of his cannons to distract G-Man, but G-Man attacks him. And here we see that how the Big Daddy Astro just simply takes some of the equipment that G-Man had, and this might be a strong piece of equipment. Now this fight goes on, and finally, the Astro toilet take G-Man's jetpack out, and he falls to ground, and the Big Daddy Astro just uses his piece of technology and obliterates G-Man. And this ability could also be added into the series itself because of how interesting it looks, but still it's not as interesting as the second message from Dafuk that we've got, because it's actually about the release date of the episode. And you know the episode is crazy when Dafuk reveals the release date earlier, but is it really him? Because Dafuk nowadays doesn't usually reveals the release date of the episode because they are usually delayed. Though he did reveal the date of episode 70, part 1, but that ended being delayed because of the copyright reasons that Dom Studio faced just 2 days before the estimated release of episode 70. In my opinion, this looks real, but we can't really trust anything these days because of them not coming from the author. Although the ending of the fan-made is crazy, because another G-Man hops up from behind and just kills them both. But there's a crazy detail in episode 70 part 1 that nobody paid attention to, so you can see some things attached to the Astro toilet, and this looks crazy, and many of you ignored. These because of you couldn't really figure out what they were, but this might be the thing that is making the Astros go too fast, because there might be technology built in it, though it looks like that. The Astro toilets have the same speed that the glitch Skibidi toilet had, and this could mean that they aren't different species but were actually designed by the Skibidi scientist. Or I might be completely wrong with this one.